All right, Sagittarius, full moon cards. Got some good ones. I decided to pull 4 today, so I'm going to try and get through it. We got the Anise card, otherwise known as the Wheel of Fortune in this deck. We've got Goldenrod, which says stay committed in it. Sacral, solar plexus chakra. Death card, death. Cinnabar, the Merchant Stone. And so these really feel like they encapsulate the moment really well for me, and I resonate with them highly, and I hope that you also do. So first I want to talk about the Death card because it's intense. Whenever a lot of people hear death, it's a really scary topic for them. The idea of transitioning, passing on, what that means, how that can affect you. Death, for most people, is a scary thing. I personally have never really felt fear of death. A lot of 8th house in my chart, so I'm kind of definitely okay with it and interested in what it means and what after death looks like. But in the tarot deck, death, it's not that death is the last card in the deck. By far, it's actually in the middle of the cards. And so it's really just talking about the fact of sometimes transitions need to happen. Things need to die away in order to make room for the new. And this is a decomposing bird, and it gives you this look as if it's decomposing into the earth and turning back into the dirt around it. And I think that that's a really beautiful symbolism that needs to be taken into account, the fact that when things decompose, it actually turns into nutrients in the soil. It turns into life-giving energy. It transmutes. The energy is still a part of the thing that it dissolved into. Energy continues to exist regardless of our physical manifestation of it. But the Death card is really speaking to this idea of allowing that transition to happen and allowing what comes from that transition, and to hold love and sacredness for what comes from the transition, from the death, from the decomposition into new. And so I'm really thinking about this card in terms of capitalism, as I do, because I'm on team capitalism's done already, and I'm trying to figure out how to build new situations as this system slowly dissolves and we build into the new transition of humanity as it shall be post-capitalism, post-forced slavery and dehumanization and the lack of care for lives. Now we care about lives. And if it took you a while to get there, I don't fucking care. You got there, and that's all that matters. So now that we're at the point that we care about lives, at least some of us do, the overwhelming majority do care about lives and would like lives to be better. Some people want to fight tooth and nail to keep whatever scraps they have. Let them. We're moving on. We're moving on to the next step. Stay committed. Does everybody, I posted something in my stories, and I'm probably going to repost it again every day just so that we can all get on the tip of how beautiful it is and how much we've been able to accomplish together by staying committed, by continuing to do what we can to support this movement. Black lives, Indigenous lives, they matter. They need to be taken care of. Reparations all around, all refugees, all Black people, all Indigenous people, reparations worldwide. That's commitment. This is what I'm committed to. I'm very committed to this. Whatever that looks like, I'm sure that we just take half of what Jeff Bezos has. Everybody in this country is going to be sitting pretty and be able to develop and manifest in whatever ways that they need to really understand our own joy, to understand our own physical bodies, how we can be healthy, how we can work together. It's really like It seems like a crazy thing because we've been so wrapped up in capitalism, but we really have the energy. We have the light inside of us right now. Stay committed to whatever aspect of the revolution you are a part of. And if it changes day by day, that's totally fine. Don't let anybody tell you what it should and shouldn't be, because you are staying committed to your own light. You're staying committed to your own truth. You're staying committed to your solar plexus chakra and understanding how you're connected to everything and how you shine your energy and how you showing up in the world makes the world a better place. You showing up and discovering what is joyful for you, discovering what your purpose is, discovering what you have to share with the world, staying committed to that makes this world a better place, and it makes you a better person, and it makes your community a more whole, solid, supportive thing. So right now is not the time to give up. I know we're tired, but if you're tired, pull back a little bit. Take care of yourself. Do what you need to do, and then keep moving forward, because this is all we got. We got now and we've got forward. We don't it's helpful to understand history so that we don't repeat it. But also, we're moving forward. We're building new systems. We're figuring it out on our own and with the help of the elders, whether they're in the physical realm or the spirit realm. We have so much access to different realms right now that we need to utilize that and utilize what energy that we have in the physical to keep this going, because this momentum, unstoppable, is beautiful. I'm in love. I'm in love with the situation, and I'm in love with my part in it. Next, we're going to talk about cinnabar. So this stone, as I said before, is the merchant stone. It's supposed to be, if you look at the symbolism of it and the way that people have used it over time, and the fact that it is a mixture of stilbite and quartz with mercury in it. So the stilbite is a supportive energetic in the stone. Quartz is an amplifying energy, so we're supporting ourselves and we're amplifying the energy. This is supposed to bring around abundance and the truth of what it is that we need and how we can cultivate more for ourselves. But that Mercury aspect in it, that's what really needs to be looked out for. If you hold on to literally a cinnabar stone for too long, you can literally leach mercury into your skin and poison yourself. So these stones had to be carried in special cloth wrappings so that they wouldn't leach mercury and poison you. And so that's something to be said about the desire for capitalist gains, the desire for hoarding resources in any way, shape, or form, desire for hoarding power, for any of these things that don't actually serve the highest good of all, is that it poisons you. Just like white supremacy is a cancer on this earth, it's a poison. It's a poison of inability to communicate with the other cells on this organism that is the earth. And so this is talking about we can have the things that we need. We can create the abundance, and abundance may look different than what we're used to in capitalist terms, but abundance is still available to us. And this is going to come from sharing, from cooperating, from mutual aid. And we can cultivate this level or new levels, even more abundance for ourselves. And it's not in the same ways. It's going to have to be in different ways. And we're going to have to protect ourselves, and we're going to have to check ourselves, because we are all products of the capitalist slavery system. So we are going to have inclinations to slide back, but we must pull ourselves out of that. We must protect ourselves from the desire for constantly gaining, for taking and greed. We can pull ourselves back from that, remind ourselves of why it's important to share with each other simple childhood stuff. But a lot of y'all weren't taught. But we're going to bring that lesson in, and this stone wants to help us. It wants to help us to understand that we can both have abundance, but not at the expense of somebody else, of somebody else's life, something else's life, some environmental life. We don't have to destroy our world to have abundance. Abundance can look different, and we need to restructure what abundance looks like to us. And then when we restructure it and when we imagine it, we can make it so. Manifestation. And this last card is the Anise card, the World card, or the Wheel of Fortune card, sorry. So in this card, first of all, I want to talk about anise. It has that, it's that beautiful star round shape seed that gives this licorice kind of flavor. And so, and it's the main ingredient in Tamiflu. So respiratory illnesses, it helps move those things. It can be really good in a dish. It can be a really amazing accenting spice, but also it can completely ruin a dish if you add too much of it. And this is the pull and push of the Wheel of Fortune card, that it's all happening. The spiral is happening, no matter wanting to get off of it or not, or wanting to have like a purely happy, perfect, nothing ever goes wrong life, or having a life of pure suffering and solitude and angst. These are two ends of the polarity, when in reality, the card and the meaning of the card is that everything is happening. We're on cycles. Sometimes we'll have joy. Sometimes we won't have joy. Sometimes we'll have to learn a lesson and we'll have to figure out what that lesson is and how to maneuver through it. There's so many aspects of just being a human. We came into humanity to experience it all. If we wanted to, we all have the capability of going into complete meditation and just vacating, leaving our human bodies and going into other realms of non-physicality and maneuvering through that. But we choose to be in the physical realm to experience the gamut of emotions, the waves of emotions, the ups and downs. And we are the ones who choose how we temper that. And just like this seed can really bring a lot of healing, can bring a beautiful flavor, can make your life a certain type of way, it can also make everything feel like the world is on your shoulders. It feels like too much to bear and you don't want to be living in this pain anymore. I get it. We're feeling all of those things and we have to hold space for all of it. And the more that we learn how to ground ourselves in our physical reality and ground ourselves in our own healing, the more that we will be able to hold all of the realities together. We can hold the ups and the downs. We can know that we're doing the work that we need to be doing, and we're taking care of ourselves, and we're taking care of our environment. We're looking out for multiple things at once. We're dynamic. We have a lot of brain power that we are not using. So we could get better and use it. And we can really just allow day to day. Like, we can't control what's happening here. We don't know what tomorrow's going to look like. We don't know what November and December are going to look like in a time of pandemic when everybody's so stressed out about potentially getting killed all the time by fucking cops that we're willing to put ourselves in harm's way because we ain't got nothing left. What else is there to do? People's lives are consistently in danger every single day, and the police state is getting more and more brazen about it. It's over. It's over. Defund the police, abolish the prisons, release all the prisoners, release the detention center people and the ICE detention, release everybody, and we all need to come together and take accountability for ourselves and our ecosystems that we live in. This is our only hope. If we slide back into lazy capitalism, we're done. The species is done. And that's fine too. If that's how it's gotta be, then the species is done. But I would prefer, it would be way cooler if we just chose to live in right relation with the planet. We could just do that. Because the earth is going to keep living without us. So we might as well hop on the train, get with it, or die. For what? We can do better. Let's all do better. All right. I'll see you next time.